I was working at a property 5 hours west of Brisbane. It's called Glenmorgan. And whilst I was asleep in bed, I was, tucked in, I was comfy. An eastern brown snake came up onto my bed and it bit me, and Lifelight came and helped me. Without Lifelight, I wouldn't be here today. I don't know. I just struggle, putting it into words. I felt a really strong bite, which felt like a sting. It was stinging. My arm and hand and finger were instantly on fire. I jumped out of bed. I rang my mum. I started vomiting. I knew I didn't have a lot of time. I have heard if you're bitten by an eastern brown snake, you really only have between 30 minutes to an hour without medical help. I knew what to do. I called my mum, she knew what to do. We all knew that I had to stay nice and still, and the father of the family that I was working for, he knew as well, and we all knew that bandage just had to go on very quickly. Any kind of trauma training I think is vital to do when there is like a distance between your home and a hospital.
Kasey knowing what to do in those first few minutes, her boss knowing what to do, and I think she contacted her mum over the phone. That's made a huge impact on our outcome. They've been able to keep her calm. They've managed to keep the arm that she was bitten on nice and still, to slow down the advance of things like the eastern brown snake venom. Eastern brown snakes are really dangerous. They do kill people every year in Australia. Often in areas like regional Queensland, we're so far away from really definitive help. There's lots of situations post-trauma and emergency where we don't have the kind of time frames that you would in somewhere like central Brisbane for getting into hospital. So being able to stabilise someone through simple things in trauma training means that we can then have the time that we need to get out there to get them through to somewhere like Brisbane. And so being able to do those simple things like looking after her, keeping her calm, bandaging her properly right from the beginning has essentially saved her life. Having those skills that she's learnt and being aware of those has made a huge difference for her. So I think that people in regional Queensland undertaking courses like First Minutes Matter, they'll have the confidence and the skills to be able to look after their loved ones. Having those confidence and skills could mean the difference between life and death.
Hi, my name's Leah Harrison. I'm the new medical educator for Lifelight, Darling Downs and Southwest Region, teaching the First Minutes Matter program. I'm an emergency nurse that's worked for 20 years in the Darling Downs region. Unfortunately, I've had many situations where I've dealt with grieving families who've not known what to do in situations, and their loved ones have had less than optimal outcomes. Thanks to the support of the Gala and the Toowoomba Regional Advisory Committee, we have now funded this program for Darling Downs and Southwest to have a full-time educator teaching First Minutes Matter. So I can come out to you and your community and teach these skills that could be life-saving to yourself or your loved one or to a complete stranger. Thank you for your support.